chapter 3 and verse 16. Here's the Apostle Paul. Know you not, in other words, don't you know that you are the temple of God and that the Spirit of God dwells in you? What did we say this morning? What's God's name? I am. Why? Because you are God. That's what you said this morning. That shakes people up. You know why you get shook up when somebody says you are God? Not because the Bible doesn't say it, because the Bible does say it. You get shook up when somebody says you are God because the system, but they don't want you to hear that. The system doesn't want you ever to feel that there is a God part of you which comes to life, because then what happens to the system? When you realize you stand apart, away from the bondage of systems and religions, say, hey, I am special, then all of a sudden you find out you're not that worthless, rotten sinner, you know, that fakakta, the scuzzball, that come down here and get saved on your knee. You're not. All of a sudden you realize, I am. And that within you, that God part comes to life. You are, as Jesus said, the light of the world. And then Jesus turns around and says, hey, the things that I do, you can do. You can do better than me. If I can do better than him, then I can say with him, and you can say with him, when you have seen me, you have seen the Father. When we are able to break away from the thinking and the guilt and the fear and the depression of the system and begin to understand these words, then we are lifted up into that glory and into that righteousness and into that position that is truly ours. Not to be a worthless, rotten sinner, but to be that which is the manifestation of the living God himself.